There we go. I hope it's recording now. Yep, it's recording. Okay. All right. So that was general, the settings in general, and we're all moved over now to writing. Actually, we just finished writing. Well, not really. We didn't finish. We go to the next part of this writing. This is something people never use, even though it's really powerful, but I don't know what you'd use it for. And what this does is it gives you the ability to post a blog post remotely via email. But to do this, you have to create an email address that the website itself will check. No one else will check it but the website. So you have to make an email address, install it in here, and then pick the category. And what you do is send an email to this email address. The website will pick it up and post it automatically right to this under categories area. I'm going to have to try it one day to see if it'll post pictures and stuff. But I don't know if it's going to do that or not. We'll see how that works someday. But I don't really have a reason to do it because it looks like it doesn't really check it. It just sticks it in there. I think you can have it such that all posts will go into a reservoir and allow you to approve them. But if somebody found that email, they can post all kind of stuff on your website and you wouldn't even know it. Anyway, that's what that's for. Remember, whenever you do this stuff at the bottom, press Save Changes. Okay? And let me show you another trick. Notice right here it says Update Services. Notice there's nothing really to do here. The reason why, because we turned off the ability for Google or any of the indexes to find us. So if we go back to General, I think it's in Reading. Yeah, under Reading, and hit this thing where it says Discourage. Turn that off by unchecking it. And then if we go back now to Writing, see this right here? Update Services now has an open box. Well, the trick to making your website really blast out to the web is to get all these reading services to know that you're there so they can come and scan you. Well, right now you only have one pinger that pings. If you click this button right here, see it says Update Services? Right mouse click that, open that up in another tab. You'll see all these pinging services. See that? Now, some people say you can put them all in. Some people say don't put too many in, blah, blah, blah. Well, I sort of pick a few of these. I just highlight them, copy them, and then I just go in here and just paste them in. Right, like that. Save it. Now from now on, whenever I add a post, it will ping the services to tell the crawlers to come to me and see my stuff. Okay, that moves you on out into the internet and search engines. You don't have to submit your website. This will do it by itself. If anything, you got to stop them from crawling your site. So right now I'm going to go back into Reading and turn that off. Right now it turns it off, so when they come through, they'll say, no, don't look at my website right now. Okay? And remember, that was right there under the settings and the writing, right there. Okay? So we've already done general writing, and we did reading earlier out of order. Let's go ahead and go to discussion. Did I hit it? Okay. Discussion is how people interact with your blogs when they get to your website. There's a lot of stuff in here you can stop spamming with. And some of them are set by default, but others are not. For instance, and you can read those, like default article settings, attempt to notify for link backs, and all that kind of crap. These are fine and dandy if you share articles with writers. They want to look for that ping back to see that you get credit for posting, or they get credit for posting an article on your website. Okay? Right here, allow people to post comments on new articles. You can turn that on or off. Other comment settings. Comment author must fill out name and email address. User must be registered. I always do that. Make them be registered, even though it slows down your comments. Okay? Automatically close contents over articles older than 14 days. Well, that's up to you. And you can read a lot of stuff here. The only things you really want to worry about too much is right here. Email me whenever anyone posts a comment. That way you can look at the comment and approve it or deny it, because you can moderate it, because look, a comment is held for moderation. That way it doesn't go in automatically. Now this right here is sort of tricky. Right here. Comment must be manually approved. I manually approve mine. If you turn this on, it says the author must have previously approved comment sort of before it goes in, but it's under if they have two of them. So it's sort of weird. If you turn this on and they have two comments that they've approved, then you don't see it anymore. You won't moderate anymore. It'll just go in. And if any good spammer or hacker knows what they're doing, they'll give you two good ones, and after that, then they'll just blast you with bad ones. Okay? So we'll just turn that thing off. This here is a way that you can track out stuff. So this will allow you to put in certain words that will get flipped to other words. And this one, it will blacklist people altogether. So if you have somebody spamming your system, you can use their, looks like their IP address or see certain words, URL, email address, the name, whatever, and it'll blacklist it. Next, we have avatar. An avatar is this little icon that shows up right here. Okay, so you can turn that on or off. Make sure your site is G-rated, unless it really needs to be anything else, because Google will kill it. Will not come up. And then you can pick the way the avatars actually show up. I use a Gravatar engine, so I normally click Gravatars. A Gravatar, which you can go to gravatar.com or whatever it is, you can upload a common avatar, and many social networks will use that avatar for everything. Okay? Then you have these funky looking things that are generated all by itself. You know, so I can put in some crazy looking thing. And we're done, just save it. Okay? So now we went through general, writing, reading, discussion. Let's look at media. I'm really getting stuffed up. Oh my God. Okay. WordPress is sort of weird in a good way. But that good can also be bad. For instance, this handles the sizing of the images that you upload to your system. So these days you have a video camera or just a regular camera, or your phone, really, most times your phone. It takes a picture, and if you haven't set that thing, it's taking a picture the biggest possible pixel-wise it can handle. And the web doesn't want that. The web only wants, then you notice these are common sizes here. 150s, 300s, and 1024s. Well, I can look at my camera right now. My camera does, and this is my phone, does I think 6,000 wide images. Some ridiculous amount of pixels. That's a huge image. So what WordPress does is when you upload an image, it automatically sees the image and says, if anything is bigger than this, make a thumbnail version of it, save it. If it's bigger than this size, make a medium version and save it. And if it's bigger than this size, make a big version and save it. And also keep the gigantic one that they have. So every image you put up has 4 different images represented in that image, if it grows bigger than anything we see here. Let's say your image is lower than 1024 by 1024, then this one will never be created. So all you'll have is this one, and then the original. You always will get the original. But if your original is bigger than all these, you'll get 4 of them instead of, maybe just 3. Okay? Now, you can change this, but I've used this for everything. You can disable this by, and so here's how you do it. Change this number to some stupid number, so to some gigantic number, like 10,000 by 10,000. If you never put it up there, the system will never make it. And what that do will save space on your server. But if you do that, then you need to make sure that you crop your images down before you upload them to your website to make the images more efficient, because that's what this is doing. It's making the images more efficient in size so that your website comes up faster. But at the same time, it makes 4 versions of it, so you have more space on your server being used up. All right, does that make sense? Everybody got that? Let me go look at my chat. All right, somebody give me a yes. Make sure you're not asleep. If you're asleep, I'll cut it off. Yep, looks like people are sleeping. Okay, we got one awake. All right. All right, so now we've been through those. And the permalinks under settings, like I showed you before, sets up the way your URLs look, and it shows you a version of it. Like it was plain, it just puts in that P question mark P equals whatever. We don't want that because that's really hard to SEO. But if you take it way down to here, to post name, it's really easy because your names of your pages are user friendly. It's like if you make it a page like about us or contact us, it'll be your domain name / about us or / contact us. It makes it pretty simple. Okay. Some people will put the month and name so that, I guess that's good for blogs and stuff, but it's already on the blog, so I wouldn't even do it. I just leave it this way. And if you're real crazy, you can make up something. And I wouldn't even try that. And I don't even know how to do it. Okay, so forget that. All right. When you're done, of course, hit save change. I'm not going to save it because we already saved it before. Privacy, which is new with the 5 series of WordPress. You need to make a page, and if it's not there already, you need to make a page for your privacy content. It has something to do with the way website security and regulations are now. You want to have a privacy, and you want to have a terms of service, I think, now too. Okay. And you might want to also install a plugin that says we use cookies and all that stuff. You see it all the time now. Comes up, and you have to say, okay, yeah, okay, you're using cookies, and so you get past that. But anyway, you pick a page, which we already have one called privacy policy. We're using that page, or you can create a new page and say generate one, or create one, then it'll make it for you. Okay, since it's already here, we'll have to fool with it. And of course, that's that disable Gutenberg I did before. If I click it, you see, so I can turn it on the side. Completely disable and also turn off the dang nag screen that comes up, try Gutenberg. If I turn that off, you'll see that every time we go around your website. It does it for you all by itself. So this is a good plugin. Disable Gutenberg. Okay. So that's all the internal settings and setups. You normally have this already done by your webmaster, so you probably never have to do it ever, but at least you know what it's about. Any questions on this part? Let me look at the chat box. All right, we're moving on. All right. Let me minimize that. Notice my avatar change, see? Some funky looking thing, a frowny face. All right, so now that we got the settings set up, let's go now back up and start to look at things in the order that we sort of used them, okay? The first thing we sort of normally use is we set up our pages on our site. Oh, somebody said something. Take a look at this. What? How do you set up, install, and configure a pre-made clone site? All right. I think I talked to you earlier about this, and I was going to show you this. All right. So we'll talk about that first because that requires you not to do any pages at all. If you're going to clone something or set it up, the clone I just showed you earlier, which is making a backup and then going back and bringing it back from the backup. But let's say if you got a new theme that has all the site stuff already in it. Well, the first thing you're going to do is have to download it. And normally, like where I might have mine, let me kill some of these. I put mine, it would be a plugin that would come in, okay? No, it would be a theme actually. So let's say you bought some fancy theme with WordPress on a theme forest or whatever it is. So you download the big old theme file, okay? And you got to decompress it because it comes in a zip file. You extract it all, and it makes the same folder as it was named. So let's go find that one, Aveda. I use Aveda a lot. Let's see here, Aveda. Let me find it first. Aveda. All right, so there it is. That's the folder with the files in it. Inside that folder, you can just upload that zip file. Okay, and somebody's texting here. Let's see what they're saying. Okay, yeah, you have to unzip it. So you unzip that theme first. Once it's unzipped, it's in a folder. And outside that folder, then there's your stuff. Inside the package of stuff, it'll have the theme itself, which inside the theme are the zip files. So these are the actual files that you upload as the zip file, okay, inside the theme folder. I'll show you that in a minute. Some come with a child theme and some come with the real theme. You need the first one first and the child, and you use the child as the theme that you're going to work on, okay? And then this is the actual uncompressed theme file itself, all this stuff, okay? But the file you want is the actual zip file inside that zip, all right? Then it might come with extra stuff. So in extras, see here's the layer slider, the revolution slider. These are sliders that you also will have. And notice they're not zipped. Some are zipped, some are not zipped. So you have to zip these so you can install these as plugins. These are actual plugins, okay? This one here, actually, let me back up. I said that wrong because these are docs, because inside this one, it already has it. So inside these doc files, normally has the documentation. So if we were to hit this, probably it would load up. Actually, we kill that because this one's actually in here, right here. So we hit documentation. I think it comes up as a website. So there it is, shows you the whole documentation of how to use the theme, okay? Let me kill this too a minute. Somebody's continuously texting here. Oh yeah, you gotta unzip it first. All right, then when you have that unzipped, you go here under appearances, under themes, and then you add the new theme right here, and you upload it. Choose the file, install it, and then follow the directions that came into the documentation of how to continue adding the theme and installing all the files that came with it. Because there'll be some auto setup or something like this, or a file that you can install that pulls in all the pages and stuff, okay? All right, make sure that's all what he needed. Yeah, you still got to do some of the setting stuff because the email address will be different. All that stuff will still be different because they won't have that in the file. Okay. All right, so let's go back. Now that we have that set up, let's say everything's the way it needs to be. Now let's go ahead and look at pages and pages and posts. First, like I told you before, a post is a thing that's dynamic. That's your blog post. It also has categories and tags, and you have pages that are static, which do not have categories and tags. Now, I think there's some plugins that'll do that, where you can have categories, but that makes sense. Maybe tags does, because tags is more like a keyword that you search in Google. So first off, let's go make some pages. So under pages, let's go to all pages, and notice that we have 3 pages. Remember, it came with the privacy policy because it came with the system. That home we had from the sample page, we just renamed it, and I made the one called blogs. Okay, so you at least have to have these 3 for your system to know where content goes on your website. Okay, So let's go ahead and add another page. So we're going to say add new page. You can do it from here, or you can go up to here where it says plus new. So add new post or page or media, whatever. And this will grow as you add more plugins. So we just say add new page. Now let's make a page, let's say about us. Type that in here. In the body content, let me open this up a little bit. You can type in whatever you want, blah, blah, blah. A little secret, if you hold shift and hit enter, it goes down one line. You just hit enter, it goes down two lines. See that? Maybe do some fancy typing. Now, to put in a picture in there, you'd go put your cursor where you want it. So I'll put it here. Say add media. Notice you can add all kind of stuff. Images, videos, audio, all that kind of crap. We're just going to add an image. And since I don't have anything on my media library, I'm going to upload something. Let's say, let me get a picture of something. Let me see here. Let me go here first and find a picture of something. Let's say we're going to talk about dogs. Oh, spell the dogs. Dogs. And images. Remember, you don't really want to steal images, but we're going to steal one for today. Let's say I'm with this picture here. So I'm going to save it first to a hard drive. I could rip it off the page, but I'm not because people can then change it. Let me go to downloads. That's me over here. Let me do this. I'm just going to say dog for lack of anything else. All right. So we go back to my site, select the file, go to downloads where I had it, and find the dog, D. There it is. Upload it. Now, remember I told you how WordPress is going to make multiple versions of stuff? Notice the size of this picture, 590 or 482. That means it's not going to break that 1024 business. So it's going to keep that as a normal file, but it should make two other little ones. Look, a thumbnail file, a medium file, and the full size. Notice there's no thing called large. So we're going to go ahead and pick the medium size. That's why I normally put in pages. We're not going to link it to anything. We could link that to a page. We can link it to a file. We can link it to a custom URL, whatever. I'm going to say none, meaning when someone clicks on it, it ain't going to do anything. I'm going to align it left or right. In this case, I'll align it left so the words wrap around the right side of it. Here's SEO component. So that's the title. It's also searchable. This is what happens when your mouse moves over your image. So put the same thing there. A caption, we put it, will go underneath the picture itself, which you probably don't want that. But the description will also be searchable. So we'll say, this is a dog, which is not really good. It should be a pug or whatever. Well, or we'll just say this is a pug dog. I don't like these dogs myself. All right, so then we go ahead and insert the image. Notice there it goes, right there. It automatically has a little keep out zone. Makes it look cute. We can click on it. If we don't like the size, we can stretch it and pull it. Like this if we really wanted to. But the real size is what you saw earlier. This is just visually this size. We can right justify it. We can center it, which pushes everything down. You turn everything off. Go back to, is that left? Okay, here we go. So it's right. I don't know what that is. Right, left. What the heck is this? Oh, no alignment at all. Okay. All right. Now, once we get that in, we can also do things like highlight our text and make it connect to a website or something. And these are what these little things are here for. You can put your mouse on it, tells you what it is. If I highlight these words, I can also insert a link and make it go somewhere. Let's say to Google or something, HTTP. You always want to use the full URL with including the HTTP or HTTPS. We'll say google.com. And that's spelled right, yeah. And if you want to do a little bit more, hit settings over here. Then you can tell it to open up on a new page. So if it's a a domain is outside your website, make it open up a new page. That way you don't lose your website. Okay, and you could have very well picked the page that's in your system for it to link to. Say, okay, so now get away from those. Now it's hyperlinked. Okay, over here, we can either publish it the way it is right now by just publishing it, or we can do some stuff. We can save it as a draft, which means that it's in the system, nobody can see it. We can make it so it's private, meaning somebody has to have a password. Or private means only an administrator can see it. Password means it truly has a password. If you do password, you can just put in the password. You don't need a special plugin for that. But for now, we're going to make it public. We can make it also so it publishes immediately or publishes sometime in the future. Okay? We can also make it publish sometime in the past, which means that it just looks like an older file. Right now, we're going to use the way it is, which is immediate. Okay? We're not going to use this page attribute, period, ever, right now. Okay, so you can minimize that and not even see it. Or you can go up here and go to options, and you can turn off page attribute. We're not going to use page attribute. We're going to use the menu system built into the structure. The featured image on WordPress does a lot of things depending upon the theme. Normally, when you post a page or a post, when you share it to a to a social network, it's going to take the first image of the page as that image that shows up on Facebook. But in some cases, and if you have plugins sometimes, this featured image will be that picture that shows up on Facebook. Also, this image could be the picture that shows up above your page, like a header. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save a header file, something that's more horizontal than it is vertical. Let's pick something that's sort of cute. You can do this by saying dog header. And so you can find headers. We'll pick this one. I like these little labs. Notice it's longer than it is tall, okay? Or wider than it is tall. We'll save it as, to my downloads, I'm just going to call it dog underscore header. Should never use spaces in file names, even though it'll work. Plays havoc on the web. We'll go back here. We go set image, upload another one again. This time pick the dog header. There it is right there. Upload it. In this case, featured images, you can't do anything. It takes it, it does its own thing. Now you can SEO it by giving it an alt picture and all that kind of stuff. I think. We'll see in a minute. Taking a while. I never saw how big that picture was. See how big it was. 1,500 by 500. Okay. Excuse me. This right here normally means that they're having a communication to the server issue. Like it's having a hard time communicating. Because all your stuff has to be database driven. This is taking a while for some reason. Oh, never took this long before. Let me cancel it. See right here? Lost connection. That's the server itself. Notice my internet is good, but the server itself is having a problem communicating. This happens sometime when you overrun your bandwidth. Okay, I know I haven't, but I have a lot of trouble lately. Let me read this text here. I thought WP was just one page, made as long as you need it by using markers instead of pages. No, nope, not at all. WordPress is unlimited pages, unlimited posts. Most things having a problem right here. So right now we're stuck. I can't do nothing until that server comes back. I don't know why it's having a problem. So let me answer some text and chat stuff for a while. But if I refresh the browser, I'll lose what I've done. So I'm trying to wait. That'll be my last resort. I'll lose all this. I guess what I can do is just highlight all this and copy it. And watch what happens when I refresh the browser. I still have issues. If I'm stuck right now. Yeah, I didn't want to refresh the browser. That's the key. See, now that I refresh, I lost everything I have. So it is stored locally. So I got to go back and get this. And sometime I can get it, which I don't have it. There's a line here that says like version, but it wasn't ever saved. So let's go back to all pages again right quick and see if it's saved or not. And it did. So there's a draft that's saved all by itself. There it is. All right. See, it says restore from backup. So I'm not going to restore it. But that was a little, it's a good thing it failed because that's what you can do. All right, so let's go ahead and go back to this featured image part since it's uploaded now. Notice that you can change the alt text and all the other stuff. This is all SEO stuff. You want to SEO everything as you upload it to the system, which means your alt tab should be set, your title should be set, and a description should be set. Normally, the description will lead back to your website, so it could be, you know, this is my header for my dog site at www whatever. You can put that in there, and then when Google finds it, people can click right on it. Okay, so insert it. Notice that's the way the header. And I can tell what this featured image looks like. This is going to be a header for a file, for a page. All right. Right now we're done with that page. Let's say we're going to go ahead and publish it. All right. But now if we go to our website, notice we can't see anything. There's no pages. That's because we haven't created the menu for the pages yet. So we already did a page. So let's go ahead and fix the menu first so that we can come back to this. So we go under appearances and go under menus. See, the system has no menu. So we're going to go ahead and create one. We'll call it main menu, create it, make it automatically pull top level pages into the menu. You can go back and move this later. And make it the primary menu. Now this could change according to your theme, okay? Right now we're gonna make this the primary menu, save it, and then these are the pages that we already created. So we hit all. We want our home page, our about page, and this. This second home is the real page, but this means the root of your domain, even though it says home, okay? And what we want the root, that way the word home won't show. Add it to the menu. Then we can move these around, make that a sub menu of the home. You can move all the stuff around. This is how you change what's on your menu. Make it a sub of about, whatever. Okay? Save it. And let's take a look at the website now. Now we have home, about us, and blogs. We had home, of course, it's going to be where it is. We had about us, it's going to go to that page. Now that's pretty cool. So that made that a header and blued it out. That's sort of weird. It's the theme that's doing this. And then whatever we had on that page. Okay, notice how, because I'm logged in up here, you can see I'm an admin, webmaster here, that I can edit the page right directly from the page. These things at the bottom are all widgets and stuff, and I'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so that's what that page looks like. Notice home, we go to blogs, and it shows the blog, Hello World, which came with the system. It's an ugly theme. All right, so let's go back there a little bit. Now we got the menu set up. Now we can add pages as well, and they'll just float in one after another. We go back in and move them around. If you have multiple menus, like this has a footer menu, you can go ahead and create a new menu. So we can say, oh, let me back up here. You can do it there too, but you can sort of create a new menu. Let's call it a footer menu. Create that. Tie that to the footer, but don't make it automatic. Save that. And then the social links menu, we'd have to create another menu. Social menu. Create that. And this is only for this theme. You tie that to your social. Okay. Now we can add stuff to individual menus. Let's say if we select footer menu, we can put stuff in the footer. Let's say about and blogs in the footer. All right, save that. Go back and look at our website. That didn't change, but we'll probably have a footer. And at the bottom, and there it is, about and blogs right there. See? That was your footer menu. So that's the menu. We're always going to only use the menu. In other words, you could mess around with the menu in a page. So if we go to page and say all pages and look at that About Us page, we could turn on this page attribute thing, and then you'd have to set up the parent and order of the parent and all that kind of crap with this system. It's better to do it with the menu because this is a pain in the neck and it's not visual. Okay. And also, most themes will not use this. They'll use that other system because for when you have multiple menus. Excuse me. All right, so that's how page works. Let's jump over to posts. So we hover over posts, click on it, it'll show the posts that we have, which are Hello World. And notice when you hover over your posts, it tells you can edit it, quick edit it. Quick edit I've never used because it doesn't let you do any images and stuff. You throw it in the trash or you can just view it. If you throw it in the trash, a thing up here is going to come up under trash. And you're going to have to empty the trash because it doesn't do it by itself. So you'll have all these old posts and old pages because it does the same thing on the pages. And it'll just build up. So eventually, sometimes you need to go and dump that. All right, so let's go ahead and leave that one and we're going to make a new post. So we can say under post to add new, or we can say add new post this way. Or if we're on the front side of the website, we can say add new post like this. Okay. Right now we're already in here, so we're going to say add new post. Let's say this is, oh, and under post, this is not a title in a menu. This is the title of the post. So this could be pretty verbose, mostly like a sentence. So we can say, this is my dog. I'll say Rex. And it could be something totally big if you really want it to be. Inside the thing, we say blah, 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 blah. Same old thing as we did on the page. Blah, blah. Whatever. Notice it has a permalink also. See, now it's the website itself and whatever that long title is up here. Notice it breaks it up with hyphens, hyphen, 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 wherever there's a space, because spaces are no good on the internet. Also notice this stays the same. So it's a draft, visibility, the whole immediate thing. But we have something new called a category. We can make up categories ahead of time, or what I like to do is make up categories as I do it. So I just say add new category. I'll call this dogs. Add it. That way it picks this post and puts it in the category of dogs. We can also add some tags. Dogs, labs, shepherds. Did I spell it right? Nope. Shepherds. I didn't spell it right either. And you just separate them with a comma, add them. And it can be reused in other posts if you like. Okay? And you're gonna, once you add them, you can also pick them from the list of tags. Again, your featured image. Let's get a different one now. How about these little guys? Actually, sort of cute. Save as. And these are Japanese Akitas. So I'll just say Akita header. Now you don't want to do this for real because these images could be tagged, watermarked, there's whatever, and you could get sued. It's happened to me once in my life, and I've done 6,000 sites. It cost me $1,100 for using one image. That was not good. All right, so let's go ahead and upload that header. There it is. Akita. That's how fast it should have uploaded earlier. And of course, you know, you want to SEO that header also. Let's call that Akita. And description, whatever you want. Akita. And I put my website, whatever it is, in there. Save it. There it is right there. Looks like the post. Well, let's put an image on our post. Add new media. Let's go find an Akita puppy. Akita pup. Pup. Okay. Cute little guy right there. Looks like it's already a small image because see, it sees that you got your numbers here. So that's a good size. Save that bad boy. Akita puppy for sale. Get rid of, well, we'll just get rid of that right there. Save it. Your file name will come in as your title here. Upload that. There it is. Add it. Notice that the title came in already because it came from the file name. That way I can just take it and paste it up there, paste it down here. Effectively, your image is SEO'd at this moment. Let's make it so it's right justified this time. Link to nothing. And we're ready to publish it. We publish it. That's our first blog post that we published on our own. Notice there's no page for it to go. So if I hit blogs, it'll just show up. You right there? So that's Hello World blog. And this is my dog Rex blog. And if I click on it, it goes directly to it. All right, so that's the real full blog by itself. And even shows the next post over here. So I can leave a comment, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that's sort of what we got. Okay, so there's how we did a page and how we did a post. Like I said, under categories, you can make categories before you use them. This is good when you're setting up a store. You know, so you have shoes, men's clothing, women's clothing, all the different categories. You set them up ahead of time. Then when you add your products, you just pick those categories and stuff and add them to it instead of doing it on the fly. And we can have some kind of order and structure. Tags, of course, you could go look at your tags here. And if you want to get rid of tags, you can also remove them here. Okay. All right. So now we did posts, we did pages, we've done media already. Let's look at comments. This is where your comments are, or how to moderate them. So we only have one comment came from the system. You can either unapprove the comment, which has already been approved, or approve it if this wasn't here. Reply to it, which you reply back to whoever logged in and registered and made that comment. You quick edit it. That's a good thing to do in this area, just to get rid of curse words or something you might want removed. And if it's a spam, you can go ahead and get rid of it. You can totally edit it to totally. Spam, if it's spam, don't throw it in the trash or just keep coming back. Throw it in spam and then it'll monitor it. Okay. You can edit it. If we edit it, it just looks like that. It's just name, email, URL, and a comment. Notice it has no graphical capabilities. All right. I think you can have tags that plugins to turn this into a full HTML editor. Now you do that at your own risk. Okay, that's comments. You got all kinds of things for searching for comments. You can filter them by stuff, all that kind of stuff. You can play around with that. Appearances. This is how you change your theme, customize the theme you're on, change the widgets and customize those widgets, mess with the menu, or actually edit the theme itself in raw code. I would say don't mess with this unless you know what you're doing. Okay? Matter of fact, this is a way to get rid of the header, the footer, if you have a free website, a free theme, to remove their words, but you don't want to do that legally, even though nobody ever gets up, pissed off about it. But you should at least give them credit. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at appearance. Let's look at the theme. This will show the themes that are in the system that can be used. This first one is the one that's activated. And you can activate a theme by just clicking on it. Or let me go back. You don't have to click on it. You can just say activate, really. But you can look on it right here. You can do a live preview and stuff before you even activate it. I'll go ahead and activate it. Let's see what the page looks like. Activating a theme does not remove your content. Let's refresh it by just hitting home or hitting refresh. Notice now it's a different looking website. Notice my menu is still there. Names and stuff are there. The stuff on the home page is still there. Notice there's nothing in the footer menu because this theme doesn't have a footer menu. So it ain't going to use it. Okay. This is my sidebar area. Yeah, and this happens to have one here. And this holds widgets. These are little widgets. And I'll show you how to update these widgets. But right now you'll see home works, about us works. And notice how it uses that featured image. And that's what that page looks like. You can also go to the blogs. And notice there's the first blog right here and the second blog right there. Okay. Let's go back to themes. Let's pick a different theme. Let's pick this older theme. Activate it. Sometimes the theme doesn't know where the menu is, so we'll see what it looks like. Hit home. And notice, look, it's a different theme. Same page, same tabs. There's the page that we created. There's our blogs. Same difference. Notice that these are mobile friendly. Okay. If I hit like a smaller screen, so I can move it, watch what happens. As it detects the size of a tablet, see that? The menu changed. Now it looks like a tablet. If we go in further to like a cell phone, that's as low as it goes. Still sticks up, but notice how it puts the in order this way now, no sidebar. Because these themes are called responsive. They respond to the size of what's looking at them. If I get bigger, it becomes that. Notice it actually changed stuff. Some really changed stuff. It's not just sizing. Okay. Let's go back to themes. So there's how you would pick one that you have. And here's how you add one that you don't. Click on add. And you'll see all these themes that are featured. Let's look at some popular themes. All right. All kind of themes. And if you want one of these themes, it's something sort of simple, but I don't want to fool with it. Can't do anything simple anymore, huh? Let's see here. Let's pick. That's a blog theme. Let's pick this Grace theme. Install. You just hit install. You can preview it. We'll install it. Activate it. And I'm pretty sure the menu is going to be jacked. Let's take a look at it. My blog. Nope, it took the menu. See, now it looks different. About us. Blogs. You notice that the featured image did something totally different. See, depending upon the theme, it looks different. So these are two different blogs side by side. If I learn more here, see, there it is. But notice you don't see the header. So it doesn't even use the header for this area. It depends upon the theme. Okay? It has a right sidebar. And let's look at that now. So now you know how to use themes, and themes come with their own instructions. So I can't tell you how to do every theme. Like for instance, this theme, it's installed, but here is, see where it says here about the theme, the background of the theme, the header of the theme, customize. I hit customize. Depending upon the theme, and I have all kinds of stuff you can play with, and you see it visually. You can even edit visually. Here's site identity. Remember we saw that in setup. Here's where you can upload the logo for the theme. Colors. You play around with the colors. Header image. This has no header image, so let's go ahead and add one. Add one of these puppy deals, so we know it's longer than it is. And then we can just play around with the sizing of it. Let's make it like so everybody's face is in there. Let's get in my way here. Let's crop it. All right, so there it is back there up top. Okay, it looks like you have multiples if you like. It's meaning that every time you change your page, it could rotate a different one. We're not going to publish it yet, but we can go through these. Background image, that gray area, you can select the image for the background. And this is going to try to stretch it. I'm not going to pick one. Let me just cancel that. Menus is how you fix your menus again. It already knows that there's menus here and it's using it. See, it says main menu currently set for primary menu, so it knows. Widget area, we'll go through that. Those are those widgets that you see on the side. Well, there they are right there. You can either modify them here, or I'll show you how to do it from the back end. So you can mess with those menus, the widgets that you already have, or you can add new widgets. When I say add a widget, I can pick something. Let's say, let's see, you already got that. Let's say calendar. This calendar is the calendar of your blogs themselves, not a real calendar, but a calendar of your blogs. So we can just add that. See, it added it. If you leave the name the same, it'll just stay there. Notice that here it is right there. See it? There's that calendar. If you want to move them around, like this here, we can drop it different. Notice they flip, see? All right, so let's go back. Homepage settings. This is how you set your static or your latest post for your homepage. Remember, that was in settings. Theme option panel. That's something new. All right, you can change the way the layout looks. A news ticker at the top. Social stuff, so you can put your icons for your social links. Footer page slider. So it's got all kinds of stuff to play around with. Slider options. Hide sidebar, remove from single page, remove thumbnail, whatever. So this is all pertinent to this theme. It's going to be different for every theme. If you know how to write CSS, then you can write it right in here. CSS is our way to control a lot of things, the colors and shapes and all kind of stuff. When you're done, just hit publish. Then you can hit exit. And we go back to the main website. I don't think I did anything. Oh yeah, I did. Put that header up there. If I would have put background in, this color would have changed, whatever the pictures might have been. Okay, that's in the theme. Now let's look at these headers, these widgets over here. We go back to the website itself. Whoop. Let me go back there. Keep this one inside here. I'm going to go over here. These widget area right here. We're going to go under appearance. This is in the dashboard, and appearance under widgets. And I showed you earlier, but here's all these widgets here. This is just a widget screen all by itself. This is what's showing already in your sidebar. You could have all kind of things here. 2 sidebars, 3 sidebars, footers, all kind of stuff, depending upon what website, what theme you have, okay? Right now we have just one sidebar. So if I want to get rid of some of these things like recent posts, recent comments, the archives, just pick it up and grab it and throw it away. If you want to save it but don't want it, you can put it and throw it down here to inactive widgets. You grab it, throw it down here. Now all the settings for it are saved and you use it later. Okay. Let's take a look at the website. There's no saving here. When you move this, it's saved automatic. We go back to the website now. Hit refresh or whatever. Notice I only have 2 little things now. Okay. Go back. I can add more stuff. If you had like some HTML you wanted to put in yourself, let's say you want to put a video on the sidebar, and there's no thing that says put video in the sidebar. Well, we can use this HTML one, which right here, see custom HTML? Throw that over there, and then we can put HTML in here. Let's go to YouTube. Let's get something. Now notice that YouTube, like videos like for music, you can't share those well. So let's pick something else. Let's pick, let's just do a movie trailer. All right. They love you to share those. All right, here's Mulan, which I didn't even see this trailer. All right, so what we want to do here, stop it, hit the share button right here. See, it says embed. Here's that HTML. Let's go ahead and copy all that. Notice it's pretty big right there, so we might have to make that small, but the system might know how to do it by itself. Let's go back into the widget, paste that URL here. We just say video for the title of that widget. Save it. Now let's go look at the website. Refresh. Yeah, so it knew how to do it. So there it is right there. Hit play. See? Now you got a video in your sidebar. Pretty weird looking video, but
we have excellent news.
Okay, so anyway, that's that. And you can do the same thing on a page. So let's see if we go to a page. Let's go to post, add a new post. We'll call this a video. We could change the, oh, I don't see it there. Let me go back. I don't see it. There's no little thing where you can control your type of post. But on this theme, I guess it doesn't have it. Anyway, let's go ahead and rate it a body, put that video. So when you have HTML, you're gonna have to hit the text mode. Paste it like that. All right, that's how you do it if you do embed. But see, WordPress understands video. So if you go to the visual mode and just pick this URL up here, you can now just paste that URL and watch what happens all by itself. It knows how to handle video, see? We'll give this a new category, videos. All right, no, we really need a tag, but you would normally put a tag in here. And we'll just keep it like that, and we'll publish it. Well, you can check the type of blog post or post that you're producing. I showed you earlier. Let's go back to the website now under blogs. Now you have a video right here. Since we don't have a featured image, we go back. So we didn't make a featured image, so let's look at a featured image of this Mulan. So we'll say Mulan. Put that in the main search of Google. Search that. Get an image of it. I don't know which one. Oh, it must be this real one. So there's a picture. You can save that. I'm going to watch that video. Save that. Go back to where we were. Set the featured image. Upload that. There it is. Remember to SEO everything. Update it. Because remember, it was already published, so we need to now update it. Let's go back and look and see what it looks like. See, now it has a picture representation of the video. And notice it shows the category right there. This one here didn't show anything. This one here. See, this shows the category of dogs. It's a pretty cool little theme for free. Let's go ahead and click on it. And there it is. All right. And we can play it also. Let's see what this video looks like.
We have excellent news. The matchmaker has found you an auspicious match.
Oh, I'm gonna watch that movie. Okay, so anyway, that's now, he just went over that. I just showed you that so you can put a video in. But we've actually went over the widgets and the themes, the menu, the header, the customize, the background, which I didn't do, and this is just about the theme. The other thing we have left over is plugins. Let's go and look at our plugins. We have a few plugins here. This plugin I installed so that I can have a better editor. Let me show you why I did it. Let's do About Us, and let's edit that page. All right, see what that editor looks like? Pretty plain Jane, don't have a lot of stuff you can do. Now let me go ahead and activate this plugin. Now let's go back and look at this. Look how my editor looks now. I have all kind of stuff. I can print. It almost looks like a little mini version of Word. You see that? All kind of stuff you can do now. I can also color my letters, do all kind of stuff. And it has a whole lot more features that I don't even turn on. Like I can change fonts, whatever. So it's just a much better editor. Okay, that's what that adding plugins can do for you. Remember I took out the blocks with that? I added that. Another plugin that I was going to go over is, let's go to add new plugins. And you can see all these plugins you can get, right? Let's plug in, let's add one called Yoast SEO. There it is. Yoast SEO. Let's install that. This way you can learn how to SEO your system without even having to pay anybody. So I'm going to install it. Takes a minute. Oh, those take a minute. That's right. This is a pretty big plugin, actually. But it's worthwhile to have it if you can use it. Sometimes it interferes with other plugins that you might have, but it's one of the top plugins. Notice it's been installed 26,000 times. All right, it's installed. Now let's go and activate it. Okay. There's a lot of stuff you got to do, but right off the bat, it sets up things that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and look at a page that we have. All pages. Let's look at About Us. All right, there's going to be something different now. Under Page Attributes, oh no, it's not under Page Attributes. Look right here. See, it says readability good, SEO not available. And there's a new little thing under here. You can pick your focus keyword. A keyword actually is a full phrase, so focus key phrase. We'll call this a puppy. That's going to be our focus keyword. And look, this is what's going to be found inside the Google search. So we probably want to edit that. There's no real content, so it doesn't know what to write. If it was, it would pick some stuff all by itself. But you can edit the snippet. You can just type in, what do you do to edit it? I'm looking for the edit. Oh, here it is, right here. So we can type in whatever we want here. All about my puppy. And you can put in a lot. See, it has a thing of how long you can be. Okay. About us is fine. That About Us, really, a good SEO should have the slug equal to some content in the description. So basically, the title and something in your description should match. That gives it relevancy. Okay. So let's go ahead and just save that. Now, notice what the little snippet looks like now. About Us, my blog, whatever. So it has nothing really to do with that. So this is really bad SEO. But I'm going to save it anyway. Notice, needs improvement. You can read it easy, but it needs improvement. Watch what the system does for you. I think under one of these, it'll show you like little, you have to play with this, but it's going to show you. Oh, here's the other good stuff. Oh, there's all the Facebook stuff. Even the image that you use for Facebook for this post. That's pretty cool. So you can do it per post and per page. All kind of stuff here. But you have to play with all that stuff. That's just that snippet. But anyway, it can show you how your SEO is doing on that page. It also does things like this. Look above here. It gives us a little red dot saying this page is not SEO properly. You update it. And if you look at all pages, notice right here, it shows the SEO of the page and the readability. I think this is readability. They have green readability, but horrible SEO. So you can look down a list of your pages and see which needs some help. Okay? So that's a plugin. And plugins do all kinds of different things. Depending upon the plugin you install, like if it's a calendar plugin, it's going to put in something over here and give you more widgets to put on the page. And also tell you how to put it inside of a page. Depending on what you get. If you put in a shopping cart, you're going to get a shopping cart thing over here with more widgets for the shopping cart. Okay? And it just keeps growing and growing as you go. Our last thing we have is users. There's only one user here, but you can add users here manually, or as they register, you can approve them here and do stuff with them. You can only modify yourself. You cannot remove yourself. So you'd have to make two admins to come in here to kill this admin if you wanted to. But if you edit your own profile, it's all kind of stuff. You can disable visual editor. You can change the colors and all this kind of information background for you. All kind of stuff. That each one of your users will have this capability, but they won't see all these menus. They'll just see their own little dashboard. But none of all this stuff. The final thing we have is tools. Tools has a lot of little stuff that you might want to use. Like for instance, if you want to import stuff from an old WordPress, you can import that data after you, of course, have exported it from the old WordPress. It'll export and import all your typing and all your images this way, as long as the old website is still up. If the website's not still up, then all you'll import is the pages and posts. Now this is something new, site health. Okay, that's something new with the new version. Okay, so it's got some recommendations and different things, some security stuff. Field report, blah, blah, blah. So you'll have to read all that crap. I added another plugin here because I reset this site for each class. If I hit this, it'll turn this back to a plain site from the beginning. This erases everything out. Okay? You can export your personal data. You can erase your personal data. This stuff is stored in cache. This is the stuff that Google tries to get from you. And that's basically it. There ain't nothing else here left over except for these new plugins that I put in. Any questions? We only went 9 minutes over. Any questions? Or are you still sleeping? That's why I recorded it, because all the people that sleep.
No questions.
All righty. Then I'm out of here. And I'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Yep.